Welcome back, Helldivers, to another Helldivers video on my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the different missions to defend Super Earth from the Illuminate invasion. The first mission I'm going to be talking about is the Takedown Overship mission. This mission lasts 40 minutes, and you need to go find 2 launch codes in order to activate the orbital defense cannon and take down the overship looming over the city. In order to get these codes, you're going to have to go around the city and open up bunkers. It seems kind of random where the codes are in these bunkers, but if you open them all, you'll find them eventually. Once you have these codes, you find the launch site, which is under a playground, which just shows how democratically the children of Super Earth are raised. You'll have to activate the 2 locks on the launch site, as opposed to the 4 on an ICBM. You'll put in the codes, and then you need to manually aim this cannon at the overship. It takes about 2 shots to take down the overship shields, and then I think it's another 2 or 3 shots to take down the actual ship. Once you take down the ship, you get this awesome explosion at the end of the mission. Then all you must do is extract. The next new mission that I found is the Evacuate High Value Assets mission. This one is only half the time, at 20 minutes, and you get about 1 minute and 30 seconds at the beginning of the mission to prepare your defenses against the Illuminate. You're going to be evacuating these ships full of high value civilians, and you have to protect the generators that are powering the ships. If the generators are destroyed, then you fail the mission. You can still evac though. This whole mission is going to be crowd control, and I also like to use shields to protect the generators because I found that some stray bullets can hit them on occasion, and then you'll fail the mission without the Illuminate even being close to the generator. You're definitely going to want some anti-tank for the harvesters that'll come in, but mostly I like to use defensive stratagems. And the orbital napalm barrage works great on this mission. Also, weapons like the stalwart are great, or the HDM emplacement, because you can mow down crowds of the Illuminate without them advancing to the objective. Alright, Helldivers. The last new mission type in this huge update that I found is the Repel Invasion Fleet mission, which also only lasts about 20 minutes. I personally find this is the hardest one, but also I think it's very fun. For the whole mission, you run around and destroy as many Illuminate invasion ships as you can. I found, at least for the higher difficulties, there's usually about 40 ships in the whole mission, and you only fail if too many of them are on the ground at once. Weapons like the Eruptor and the grenade launcher work great on this mission, because they'll melt through the shields, and then of course the actual projectile can destroy the ship as well. I always like to bring a supply pack to this mission because you're going to be blowing up so many ships. I usually try to avoid the enemies and try to kite them around while taking down the shields and trying to place grenades in all the holes for the ships. The orbital laser can also be great if there's a giant camp of all the ships together. They'll kind of go through and melt through all of them at once, and it can get rid of a lot of the ships. I always take light armor for this mission because you're going to be running around so much that you don't want to be out of stamina all the time. The dead sprint or stamina boosters are also great for this mission. For the last point that I mentioned, you just don't want to be running out of stamina. I previously thought that the ultimatum would be good for this mission, which it still is, but I found that it doesn't always one-shot the ships like you would think it would if they have a shield up. So just be careful when using the ultimatum. It's also very fun to hit a ship with your hell pod while you're redeploying, because that will take down the shield and destroy the ship as well. The Eagle airstrike doesn't seem to be as great as I thought it would be either, for the same reason as the ultimatum. The shields kind of protect them from the Eagle airstrike and the ultimatum. Hey there everyone, I just wanted to thank you if you made it this far in the video. I've been really enjoying this whole YouTube thing, and I really want to make this work out, because I like making videos on games that I enjoy. I'd like to eventually expand more than just Helldivers, but I think that's what I'll be focusing on for right now. If you'd like to subscribe or like the video, that would mean a lot to me. My last video did a lot better than I was expecting it to, considering it's my first one, and I appreciate that a lot.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
Also, real quick, just before the end of the video, I wanted to take a minute to talk about my upload schedule. Currently, I plan to upload at least once per week. It's kind of hard with how often I work, but I'm going to try to make that work and try to consistently get out content. Because like I said earlier, I do really enjoy the whole YouTube thing, and I think it'd be a lot of fun if I could make this work and grow a little community here. I'm not sure when I'll be expanding to other games, but I want to at least make similar videos to what I did with the Helldivers support weapons, with all the different stratagems that you can call in for the rest of the game. And I'd also like to be making similar videos to this, to the new updates that come out. If they ever release a new war bond, I'll definitely make a video on that. I'll go through and unlock the whole thing and give my thoughts on the weapons and emotes and armor and everything great that comes with those war bonds. Also, real quick, just a little note that I was thinking about while I was going through and editing this video. If there's any advice that any of you want to leave in the comments, or ways that you think I could make my content better, I'm super open to criticism. I think that'd be great, so long as you're not just hating on me. Or if there's any videos in particular that any of you want. My next video that I make is going to be over the orbital stratagems in Helldivers 2, and I'm going to do what I did with the support weapon stratagems, and I'm just going to showcase all of them and point out my personal favorites. I'll of course give them a democracy rating, and I just want to point out their cons and their pros, and which ones are worth using and which ones really aren't worth using. Also, if anybody out there would want it, I would be more than willing to make a video talking about my personal favorite primary and secondary weapons in the game. I don't think I'm ever going to go through and make a tier list video talking about every single different weapon in the game, because that's been done a million times, and I don't really want to make this channel just about recreating content that's already been done before. But I'd be okay with going through and making a video talking about my favorite weapons in the game and pointing out some of the things that make them so fun to use, and the situations that they perform well in and the situations that they don't perform so well in. Like, obviously flame weapons aren't going to be great against the bots, and just points like that. And I'd obviously go through and record content, probably against all 3 factions, using said weapons, and then throw it all together for y'all. Alright, well, until next time, like I said, a like and a subscription are always appreciated. Remember, everybody, to take it easy, and I'll see you in my next Helldivers video.